So it's the penultimate race of the first day of competition for the Rotax Max Euro Trophy Open here at the Home of Champions karting Genk. And we have our last of 3 qualification heats for the Senior Max category. It's groups A and C this time, 31 competitors again. Ilian Brunsils will be on pole position, alongside will be from the UK Kai Hunter from Dan Holland Racing, with brother Reese behind in 3rd position. Alongside will be the 301 of Matilda Olsson from Sweden, who's with the Strawberry Racing crew. Dylan LaHaye. Right, well that's quite interesting because Dylan LaHaye hasn't shown up on the transponder side of things and hasn't shown up on the field. So there could be an empty spot for 5th position. Philip Vava will take 6th ahead of César Gazot from Dames Racing. And Andreas Heber also with Dames Racing in 8th position. Emily de Hoys and Mick Knowlton round out the top 10, despite the missing Dylan LaHaye. Konrad Christensen in 11th. We'll have Patrick Rundqvist alongside for company on row number 6, ahead of Luna Blum, Zombo Kovac, Mario Novak, Rasmus Friedel, Rick Boothon, Laszlo Zuever, Victor Paulson, Laurie Lepai, Jordan Dolishka, Fabian Bock, Jori van der Eyck, Una Oksanen, Jan Heinen, Ehad Turka, Mina Pedersen, Mikkel Tigelsen, and Jason Lockwood down in 29th, ahead of Finn Gersitz and Martin Frasch. So it looks to be 30 competitors, with Dylan LaHaye not in the grid. So the drivers are getting the formation lap well and truly underway for the rolling start, heading into turn number 10. Again, 10 minutes on the clock to go, plus an additional lap. The red light showing up on the starting gantry on the start-finish line of this fantastic 1,360-metre facility. So top 10, it's Brunsils, Kai Hunter, Reese Hunter, Matilda Olsson, Vava, Gazot, Ebert, de Hoys, Knowlton and Christensen, with Dylan LaHaye not on the grid. Drivers go into the tram lines for the final Senior Max qualification heat. Do we go lights out? Yes, we do. Heading into turn 1, and it's nearly 3 abreast at some places. And it's all about darting it. Oh, we've had a massive melee. Mick Knowlton's involved. 2 drivers locked together. And it looks like Dylan LaHaye actually only made it to the pre-grid just in time, but there's 2 drivers. And just that's 373. That's Emily de Hoys, and it looks to be somebody else there as well. I can't really quite make out who that was. Those drivers will not be taking any further participation. A little bit of debris on the track between turns 3 and 4. Marshall quickly goes there to sort that out. And I think one of the other drivers that might have been involved was Matilda Olsson in the mix there as well. She's definitely not where we would expect. She's right down the order, way down behind both Mick Knowlton and Dylan LaHaye. The top 4 getting incredibly feisty. And it looks to be one of the Hunters must be up front. So Brunsils down into 2nd position. Reese Hunter takes the lead ahead of Brunsils. Then Kai Hunter, César Gazot up into 4th ahead of Rasmus Friedel. The biggest, and it was Patrick Rundqvist that was involved in that incident as well. So you would have had Mick Knowlton was forced to go wide there and take major avoidance, as Hunter coming under pressure from Brunsils, who's got Kai Hunter behind going into turns. And we have driver number 274, Junior Max, to the stewards, please. That's 274 as 326. That's Jordan Dolishka from KSB pulling into the Parc Fermé. So Dolishka also out. And there's been more carnage. Another 2 karts involved. One trying to get going, and that looks to be Martin Frasch. And Jan Heinen looks to be the other one involved there as well. So drivers falling a bit by the wayside here, or are customarily out of position. Matilda Olsson now back up into 23rd and is ahead, I believe, or fighting with Mick Knowlton and Dylan LaHaye. Well, Dylan LaHaye and Mick Knowlton might have Zombo Kovac for company, as it is Rhys Hunter that continues to lead ahead of Ilian Brunsils, who's going to try and go side by side and powers past the Brit, heading down the start-finish straight with Cesar Gazot now in third. Great move there by Rasmus Friedel, I believe, up the inside of Kai Hunter. Philip Vava up into sixth. Konrad Christiansen up into seventh. Ahead of Rick Boothorn, Jordi van der Eyck started 23rd, and as a result of these several melees that have happened, is now sitting in ninth position, being followed by Luna Blum. So that's the top 10 at the minute. Mick Knowlton back up into 19th position. Fabian Bock, I think, was the other driver involved with Martin Frasch. So Bock and Frasch not having a good run in this particular heat. 6 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock remaining, as Brunsils leads from Rhys Hunter. Cesar Gazot from Dames Racing currently occupied. Oh, well, that was a move that I didn't see coming. Where did that one come from? Was that a Danny Rick from Kai Hunter? As Friedel goes back on the offensive, Hunter swoops past, and Philip Vava forces his way through, and with them is Konrad Christiansen from RS Competition. So some great moves here, and well, someone definitely didn't go into the right corner, or didn't go into the corner correctly going into turn number 7. Could I again ask for driver 274? That is 274, Junior Max to the stewards. That's 274 to the stewards. That's Kai Hilats, please. You need to report to the stewards immediately. In the meantime, in this race, the top 3 have started to scamper away. Brunsils leads from Rhys Hunter, Cesar Gazot. Philip Vava now up into 4th position, ahead of Rasmus Friedel, Kai Hunter and Konrad Christiansen, and behind them is Jordi van der Eyck with Luna Blum trying to keep ahead of those in front, but it looks like there's been a change of position probably between Zoever and Novak for what is effectively the last of the 10th position. There's one driver that looks to be swamped, or is just trying to get out of the way of everybody heading into turn 8. Dylan LaHaye now up into 15th. Mick Knowlton last time around was 16th place. It looks to be a bit of a gap between a few of the drivers. As just keeping an eye on what's happening between Konrad Christiansen and Kai Hunter. That is the battle for 6th position. Hunter's still got that initially. Dylan LaHaye starting on having to start from the pre-grid, now up into 11th position, and is chasing down Hungary's Laszlo Zoever in the 317 for 10th position. Meanwhile, this is still a great battle between Konrad Christiansen and Kai Hunter for position. That's for 6th place, and it looks like now has Christiansen made the move. So at the moment, Ilian Brunsils leads by nearly 0.6 of a second from Rhys Hunter. Cesar Gazot a further half a second adrift. Vava, Friedel, Christiansen. One driver that started tumbling down the order, well, 2 actually. Jason Lockwood started all the way down in 29th, managed to get a bit further up the field, and has gone tumbling back down once again, has the Brit. Looks like Jordi van der Eyck might have called it a day, depending on the damage on the vehicle. So just under 3 minutes remaining, plus an additional lap in this final Senior Max qualifying heat number 3, groups A and C. And it is Belgium's Ilian Brunsils on the 308 leading the way ahead of Rhys Hunter from the United Kingdom. Cesar Gazot and Philip Vava make it 4 different nationalities in the top 4. Then you can make it another one with Rasmus Friedel, who's still sitting in 5th position at the minute, but is coming under pressure from the likes of Konrad Christiansen, Kai Hunter, Luna Blom, and Dylan LaHaye is clearly on the charge and has got past Laszlo Zuever for 9th place. So the Belgian already making some good moves up in this heat. So again, as with the juniors, the Senior Max division, the top 28 based on the group stages of qualification will head to the 2 finals tomorrow, with the first Senior Max final taking place at 11:30 local time here in Belgium. So Brunsils continues to assert a lead of nearly 7.5 tenths. And Rasmus Friedel is being closed up on by Konrad Christiansen, who's got the toe coming down the main straight and tries to go up the inside, but Friedel very wise to that and pulls to the right and tries to keep it very ultra defensive. A little bit of side pod clashing between the pair there, but it wasn't too robust. As Christensen is trying to find his way past Friedel and makes the move now out of turn 6 and powers past Friedel, and then makes the move happen going through turn 7. So already our eliminees from this race are Jordi van der Eyck in the 390, Fabian Bock in the 313, the 326 of Jordan Dolishka, Emily de Hoys in the 373, and Patrick Rundqvist in the 358. Matilda Olsson now hits back up into the top 15, and just up ahead of the 301 from Uppsala in Sweden. She's got Mick Knowlton from the Netherlands from GKS Lemons Power just up ahead, so that is going to be a battle for 14th. 33 seconds on the clock, plus an additional lap to go here in this final Senior Max race of the day here on day 1 of the Rotax Max Euro Trophy Open. Brunsils' lead over Reese Hunter now jumps to nearly a second as the 310 of Martin Frasch comes around the final corner to start another lap. So lap number 11. So the timer will expire by the time that Ilian Brunsils, I think, will exit turn number 11, which he does now. So it is final lap. Ilian Brunsils leading quite comfortably, I might add, from Reese Hunter and César Gazot. Gap now exactly 1.1 seconds between first and second position. Dylan LaHaye now up into 8th position past Luna Blum. As Brunsils now will power his way down the back straight, heading into turn number 7 for the last time here. And also top lap honours goes to Ilian Brunsils with a 54.727, and that was on the last lap alone. As the Belgian comes through with the exit of turn 9 for the final time here at Karting Genk. Other positional changes, Rick Boothorn gets into the top 20, just fractionally ahead of Finn Gersitz. But the checkered flag waves for Ilian Brunsils. Reese Hunter takes second ahead of César Gazot. Philip Vaver takes 4th. Konrad Christiansen takes 5th ahead of Rasmus Friedel, with Dylan LaHaye finally getting past Kai Hunter in all of that to take 7th position, with Luna Blum, Laszlo Zuever rounding out the top 10, but by 1.21 seconds on home soil for Buvin Power, it was Ilian Brunsils that takes the win in the final Senior Max qualification heat number 3. That's groups A and C. We'll see them tomorrow in terms of the first race that they'll have, which will be the second chance heat at 10:15. So Ilian Brunsils wins by 1.2 seconds ahead of Reese Hunter. César Gazot from France takes 3rd ahead of Spain's Philip Vaver, with Konrad Christiansen in 5th, Rasmus Friedel in 6th, Dylan LaHaye resurgent all the way up to from 31st up to 7th position, having started on the pre-grid. Kai Hunter, Luna Blum and Laszlo Zuever round out the top 10. Mario Novak takes 11th ahead of Ehad Turka in 12th position. Mick Knowlton, Matilda Olsson and Victor Paulson round out the top 15. Jason Lockwood finishes in 16th ahead of Lori Lepai from Finland. Zombor Kovac in 18th ahead of Una Oksanen and Rick Boothorn, who rounds out the top 20. Finn Gersitz finishes 21st at the flag ahead of Mina Pedersen. Andreas Hebert Mikkel Tiggelsen, Jan Heinen and Martin Frasch being the last of the 26 classified finishers, with Jordi van der Eyck, Fabian Bock, Jorin Delishka, Emily de Hoys and Patrick Rundqvist not completing the full race distance.